Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a Southern Kentucky family is dealing with the loss of their home as community steps up to support them. And we have more on how you can keep your kids safe from decor as the holidays approach.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Caroline Mueller. It is Monday, December 1st, and the time is now 6:30. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, we are certainly starting to feel those chillier temperatures, and while I may not love that part of it, it's definitely helping me get into like the Christmas spirit. I feel like it's finally time to get the lights, get the trees out, and we can really just go into Christmas full force.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely excited, and I know my tree's already up, so I'm definitely in the festive spirit, and those temperatures this morning are certainly helping out as we're seeing a mixture of the 20s this morning. Very chilly, so wear your protective winter gear. You're going to need it this morning. This afternoon we will warm up into a mixture of the 40s, which is still cold for this time of year, but a significant improvement to what we saw last week for some folks. Now, in terms of those high temperatures today, we will see that around 4 o'clock with nice and dry skies throughout the daytime hours. However, as you'll notice, we are under that first alert weather day, and that's because we're looking at chances for wintry mix later tonight, which will continue into your Tuesday. Caroline.
Thank you, Megan. In Powell County, Stanton police are seeking information about thefts that happened Saturday morning. Take a look at your screen. Stanton police say this car is involved in those thefts, which were targeting unlocked vehicles in the Stanton community. They say multiple theft reports have been called in, and they're actively working on finding the items that have been stolen. A duplex in Moorhead caught fire on Thanksgiving night. The Moorhead Fire Department says they were called to Brothers Way just after 8:30 p.m. They say several people called the city's 911 line about the duplex being engulfed in flames. Nobody was hurt, but one couple says they might have lost 2 pets along with their belongings. The cause of the fire is not known. A Southern Kentucky family is dealing with the loss of their home. Fire destroyed the home on Gastineau Lane in Pulaski County early Thursday morning. Brittany Pollett says she and her 4- and 7-year-old children were not home when the home burned down. She not only lost almost everything she also lost a lifetime of memories. She and her children will have to start all over, but she says her community is stepping up to help.
Everybody's really willing to help, and I appreciate it. AMVets is doing a fish fry, and they're doing a lot.
Science Hill and Woodstock Fire Departments also helped with the fire. You can learn how to help the family by going to this story on our website, WYMT.com, or the WYMT News app. Central and Eastern Kentucky saw several house fires over the Thanksgiving holiday and the days following. One happened in Lexington, one in Somerset, and another in the Moorhead area. We haven't yet learned the causes of those fires, but as winter heads our way, WKYT's Alyssa Williams spoke with fire officials to learn what each of us can do to prevent something like this from happening.
Here in Versailles, Woodford County Fire Chief Melvin Montgomery says it's that time of year when they see more house fires across the county.
People are overloading their outlets with heaters, drop cords, extension cords being used that are not rated for what the space heater may require to be used. When you leave the home, especially if you're using space heaters or something like that, it's good to turn those off. A lot of people say, well, my house will be warm when I get back, but you may not have a house when you get back.
He says alternative heating sources like space heaters can sometimes be the culprit of a house fire. Owingsville Fire Chief Christopher Hall says it's common to see people heating their homes in ways they're not meant to.
First responders, we go help EMS, and we see the oven door halfway open or all the way open, and the coils inside are just red hot. And that's because their furnace isn't working, or they're out of gas, or they're out of wood for the wood stove, so to speak. And that's the only thing they got.
Hall says something to keep in mind is annual chimney or furnace inspections if your home has those features.
Everybody knows that doesn't truly happen, and most of the time it's too late when we're notified of a fire in somebody's residence.
While it can't necessarily prevent a house fire from happening, it can save your life, and that's a smoke detector. Montgomery says that that's the biggest piece of advice he has for folks wanting to be proactive is installing one in their homes. And he says there are numerous departments across the Commonwealth, just like his, that can actually supply you with one and install it for free. Hall adds, if you have any questions regarding fire prevention in your home, don't hesitate to reach out to your local fire department. Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
A Somerset couple is facing federal and state charges related to child exploitation. Christopher and Amy Etheridge were indicted last week in federal court on 3 counts of employing and using a minor to produce sexually explicit material. They also face numerous state charges, including sodomy and promoting, distributing, and possessing child sexual abuse material. Amy has a competency hearing on December 3rd and will be arraigned in federal court on December 19th. Christopher has a state pretrial conference on December 4th. A Floyd County community and church leader has died. Sister Judy Younger served the area in various roles through her work at St. James Episcopal Church, the Fishes and Loaves Food Pantry, the Floyd County Emergency and Rescue Squad, and more. She won an East Kentucky Leadership Award in 2021 for her work during the pandemic. You can see her Leadership Award profile on WYMT.com. Funeral arrangements have not yet been announced. Earlier this month, the Trump administration announced they were working on a plan to make home buying easier for Americans. That would involve a 50-year mortgage. WYMT's Neely Green spoke to a broker about how that could make a difference when it comes to purchasing a home.
Heather Pendergrass-Hughes is the primary broker at Prime Real Estate Group. She looked into the proposed 50-year mortgage plan and how it could affect those looking to buy a home here in the mountains.
A home that was $450,000 on 6.25% over 30 years, and it didn't state if it was with the tax and insurance. However, it was right around $2,770. That same home on a 50-year mortgage at the same interest rate was $2,450.
While those monthly payments can make the 50-year plan sound cheaper and more appealing, Hughes says it's important to take a step back and look at the long-term numbers.
On the 30-year mortgage, they paid approximately $560,000 in interest over 30 years, and on the 50-year mortgage, they paid over $1 million in interest, so doubled what the original price of the home was.
While details are limited regarding the plan, a concern for home buyers using a 50-year mortgage is also the interest rate.
With a shortage, and then you have the market opening up for people to be able to buy more expensive homes, or just buy homes in general, you know, it could maybe cause some type of crisis on our market again.
Hughes says another concern she has is the market. Here in eastern Kentucky, the housing market has already seen a shortage of homes due to natural disasters wiping many structures out.
If the interest rate's significantly higher, then that's going to balloon that even more. It could go up to possibly 2.5 times what you had the house for on paper, or maybe even 3 times, depending on how much they raise.
Hughes says that the 50-year plan becomes a possibility, then it would be up to the buyers and what their goals would be with the mortgage plan. In Perry County, Neely Green, WYMT Mountain News.
Hughes says if she could give home buyers any piece of advice, it would be taking extra cash you have and pay it toward the principal on your loan. That way you can pay off it sooner and save in the long run. A Somerset pastor says their church has been able to pay forward a lot of money to help several people after a TikTok video went viral. A Kentucky woman posing as a mother in need challenged churches to give a hungry baby. She says most refused, but a Somerset pastor agreed to help. That story was posted on social media and thousands of people responded with money for the Heritage Hope Church of God.
The result of it, we've been blessed, and now we're able to bless people. The people had the opportunity to give. I mean, man, they came back with testimonies of how they helped people.
The church has put together gift bags of good donated to the local food pantry and given out gift cards to their congregation to find people in need. They also provided more than 100 Thanksgiving boxes. The Kentucky Performing Arts Center put together an event centered on empowering the community. It was titled The Black Boy Narratives, with the goal to create a safe and welcoming space for black men and boys in Louisville. The name comes from a play written by a Louisville native after conducting a series of interviews with black men in the area, sharing their life experiences. There was music, vendors, a writing workshop, and 2 table readings of the play that inspired the event. Organizers wanted to paint a positive image of the black male community in Louisville.
So I really wanted to fill the space with just, again, black excellence so that the community can see that this is also what black boys are and black men are. It's not just what we see in the media. They are business owners. They have organizations. They contribute to this community.
Black Boy's Narrative, the play, will be performed for the first time by the students at W.E.B. Du Bois Academy this week. The weekend after Thanksgiving is one where many of us choose to start decorating for Christmas. That's why Norton Children's Hospital wants to remind you how to keep your kids safe from decor. They say their Kentucky Poison Center gets calls related to decorations every year. One of their biggest concerns are plants like holly, mistletoe, and Jerusalem cherry. All of those have toxic berries that can fall to the floor. Some snow globes contain antifreeze, which can be dangerous if they break. Older ornaments and bubble lights can carry chemicals like lead or mercury. Norton says one of the best things you can do is keep your eye on your children whenever you introduce anything new to the home.
Whether it's something they get as a present, whether it's something you got as a present, if it's new in the household, they might try to give it a lick, a taste. The good news is that we are open 24/7.
Experts say if a child ingests something, don't try and get them to throw it up. Just call the Kentucky Poison Center.
And as we're heading into tonight, we're under a winter weather advisory for the counties highlighted in purple. That'd be Rowan, Elliott, Lawrence, Morgan, and Menifee County, Kentucky, as well as Wayne County, West Virginia. And we will be nice and calm during those daytime hours. Those chances for wintry mix and snow will be picking up later tonight and early tomorrow morning. High temperatures for your Monday will be in a mixture of the 40s, cooler as you travel more towards the north, upper 30s, low 40s, and warmer for our more southern counties. Here's what you need to know as you're heading off to the bus stop. 25 degrees on the way to school with mostly clear skies, sunny skies this afternoon. Temperatures in the low 40s. Caroline.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:42. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. With the holidays around the corner, we'll show you a new way to coupon. And you won't need scissors this time. We'll have those details.